Are you planning to request advanced parole, but you're hesitant because you have a criminal record? In today's episode, I'm going to give you an overview of the advanced parole system and answer the question of whether you can apply for advanced parole even if you have a criminal record. Let's get started. People request advanced parole to avoid having the USCIS applications terminated or abandoned when they plan to leave the country for a U.S. period of time, when they plan to leave the U.S. and return after a short time. But what is advanced parole? Advanced parole is a travel document that permits you to leave the country while your application is being processed, or in some cases, even when your application is approved, like in DACA or TPS. But DACA and TPS, as an example, you can't leave the US and return unless you have something like advanced parole, because if you leave, your status is terminated. Unlike a green card application when you're a lawful permanent resident, where you can leave and come back without asking for permission, as long as you don't stay beyond the 180 days. Now, take note. It's unusual, but it is possible to apply for advanced parole from outside the U.S. You're going to have to go through your local U.S. consulate, and there would be additional requirements. But in those cases, you're asking to enter the U.S. before a visa was given to you, rather than being in the U.S. and asked to leave and come back. Who can apply for advanced parole? USCIS will provide advanced parole on a case-by-case basis. You need to prove that you deserve advanced parole, and usually it's because of a humanitarian reason, an educational reason, work-related reason, or due to a significant public benefit. If you're in the United States and at least one of the following conditions apply, you can apply for advanced parole. You are filing for adjustment of status, Form I-45. You have temporary protective status, or a T or a U visa. Parole was granted under INA Section 212b5. If you are receiving IMAC 90 or Life Act Family Unity Program benefits, that's one of those things that you either know of it or you don't. DACA recipients who want to travel outside the United States need one of the three reasons: educational, examples like a semester abroad or academic research; employment purposes, examples include an overseas job assignment, interviews or conferences, trainings, or meetings with clients; and for humanitarian reasons, examples include seeking medical treatment, attending family members' funeral services, or visiting unwell relatives, or sometimes attending a wedding. If you're outside the United States, at least one of the following conditions have to apply in order to request advanced parole. You are unable to obtain a necessary visa, as well as any applicable waiver of inadmissibility or consent to reapply for admission. Or you are qualified for the following USCIS family reunification parole policies: the Cuban Family Reunification Program, the Haitian Family Reunification Program, or the Filipino World War II Veteran Parole Program. Now, the key question: can I still apply for advanced parole even if I have a criminal record? And the answer is yes or maybe, because it's really going to depend on whether your criminal record makes you inadmissible to the United States. If you are inadmissible to the U.S., USCIS will revoke any previously issued advanced parole. But don't despair, because there are waivers available for you in some situations. Now, this is really important. Don't leave the U.S. if you have a pending or recent criminal conviction. Speak to a qualified immigration attorney first. You don't want to be denied entry when you try to return to the United States. Don't take a chance. Verify first. If you don't know who to call and you don't know what to do, you can go to our website, andresmejerlaw.com, and book an appointment. Now, or you can just give us a call. Either way, let's move on to the step-by-step process of applying for advanced parole. Step 1, get a copy of Form I-131, Application for Travel Document. You can download it from the USCIS website. It's free, at least the application is. Once you have it, you have to complete and accurately answer all of the questions. Keep in mind, if a question does not apply to you or the answer is none, put N\A instead. Do not leave it blank. If you need more space to complete an item or question, attach a separate sheet of paper with your name alien registration number, at the top of each piece of paper, the date, and your signature. You also need to specify the question you are answering. For example, part 2, question 2A, then put the answer. Remember, USCIS is only going to accept a wet signature, meaning you sign your name on a piece of paper, or you have a copy of the application where you sign the application. Nothing else will be accepted. Step 2, gather all necessary documents. Once you've completed Form I-131, it's time to get the docs. Remember, unless expressly told, only provide photocopy of your documents. Don't send originals to USCIS. They might lose them, and then you got a problem. In addition, all documents in a foreign language should have a full English translation. The translation has to be accompanied by a certification from the translator saying that the translated text is accurate and complete, and that the translator is competent to translate from that language to English. If you are currently in the United States and requiring for advanced parole, you're going to need the following: official photo identity, that's a document showing your photo, name, and date of birth, driver's license, passport, that kind of thing. 2 copies of passport style photograph of yourself that was taken within 30 days of filing the application. Any document indicating your current status in the United States, like a passport or a visa or a green card. Well, you wouldn't be filing for advanced parole if you already have a green card, but you get my point. An explanation or evidence showing why you need advanced parole. Again, we talked about educational reason, employment reason, humanitarian reason, or significant public interest, but it has to be one of those, and you got to prove it. The receipt or approval of any applications allowing you to file for advanced parole. So you applied for DACA, you got to show the approval document. Or you're filing for an adjustment of status, you have the receipt, but it hasn't been adjudicated yet. If you are currently outside the United States and seeking advanced parole, you're going to need the following: photo identity document of the beneficiary, petitioner, or sponsor, the beneficiary's passport identity page that shows your photo, name, and date of birth. And for purposes of conversation, I'm assuming you are the beneficiary, meaning the person that wants the advanced parole is the beneficiary in this conversation. A letter that describes the urgent humanitarian or significant public reason why this should be granted. It's got to include the necessary documents for expedited handling and the beneficiary's parole duration. A completed Form I-134 together with the required paperwork as outlined in the form's instructions. This is the affidavit of financial sponsorship. A statement explaining why you've been unable to get the visa in the United States. If you're applying for something and you've been denied, again, you got to say it. You're going to have to be able to overcome it in some fashion. Otherwise, the advanced parole also will not be approved. Any documents showing the decisions of immigrants or non-immigrant applications or petitions that are present, already been approved or denied. Step 3, mail your form to the appropriate filing address. Once you've completed the form and its accompanying documentation, mail your application to the proper filing address. Visit USCIS website to find out where to send the application. Take a look below. And that's all for today's video. If you're looking for complete legal assistance and competent legal assistance to guide and defend your case, leave a comment below or call us at andresmejerlaw.com or go to our website and book an appointment. Together, we can thoroughly review your case and explore the best course of action for you. Until next time, stay healthy, be safe. Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.